Hey y'all, new bass pedal board. Just let me go over a few things. First off, this is the DI and the power hub that's powering everything. On and off for the pedal board is right there. There's actually tubes in here, so we want to try to remember to turn it off, you know, when we're done with the weekend. And turn it on early to let it warm up a little bit. Anyway, signal goes tuner, compressor, drive 1, drive 2, and some bass octave for some fun. So if we follow the signal flow, we're going into the compression. Compression can stay on all the time, really. Note that there's a blend knob, so that's just you're hearing the signal that is compressed going through the pedal. If you want to blend in some like direct signal of your bass and want it to pass through here without being compressed, you can turn that up a little bit. It'll allow some of that through your natural bass, but it's up to you. We'll use this as a gain stage too to adjust your levels so that we don't have to mess with these things all the time. So drive 1, I will note we are going a parallel output here, splitting off to the amp. It's under the stage. You shouldn't have to monitor that. But turn the amp on, make sure it's working, just to give front of house and record and broadcast a little additional clean signal. And then from here, you know, we start getting dirty. Blend a knob here as well. So all the way down, the pedal is basically not doing anything. And then if you want to blend in the distortion or overdrive that this pedal is adding, you just turn it up a little bit like that. You'll hear it. About there has been working with the P bass. This is just like super overdrive. Crank those on if you know you're picking and the song's huge and you want to get real gross and nasty. That'll do it, and then disengage it. I wouldn't leave this just in bypass because it affects the clean signal even in some ways that I don't love. So I would just use it when it's cranking and then disengage the whole pedal. The Octaver is also super fun, super cool, with drive even. When you're higher on the neck and on some of your higher strings, it really beefs things up and sounds really awesome. It doesn't sound super awesome if you're on low strings, low on the neck. It gets real farty and weird, so I wouldn't do that. But have fun with that, use it sparingly. Here, these are just additive EQ, so when they're all the way down, then you're just getting your direct signal basically through there. The only options you have is to boost treble a little bit or to boost bass a little bit. So I would leave those somewhere around here. I wouldn't go crazy with them. Also make sure that you're not rolling off your lows. Make sure it's to the left there on that switch. The volume knob is basically not doing anything to the signal when it's at noon. That's like 0 or like unity. You're adding a little volume from the preamp by going to the right of noon, and you're decreasing volume natural, you know, from your input if you go left. So I would leave it about noon, maybe just a little bit at plus. Direct to house, that's just a ground switch there if you get weird buzzes. All right, bye.